One of the major debates in the United States at this time is the decision to vaccinate ourselves or our children or loved ones. To make this decision, many patients turn to data and statistics to help justify their decision. The CDC, or the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, is a part of the Health and Human Services Department operated by the United States government that tracks and investigates public health trends such as disease and illness with the overall goal to improve public health. The CDC's website is full of data and statistics to help those who are uninformed and potentially undecided when the time comes to choose whether or not to become vaccinated. As the flu season approaches, it is important to be informed about the influenza vaccination and the protection it can offer humans and animals. Thanks to the CDC, the data and statistics are available to the public within seconds. Influenza is a potentially serious disease that can lead to hospitalization and sometimes even death. This is the first sentence that readers see when visiting the CDC's website under the influenza page. This fear alone is enough for some patients to choose to vaccinate. But what are the statistics behind the vaccine, and why are so many patients reluctant to get a once-a-year vaccination? Influenza is the proper name for the flu. It's a respiratory illness that is highly contagious and is thought to be spread through the droplets in the air when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or talks. These droplets can infect a healthy person who is up to 6 feet away. Those with the flu commonly experience fever, cough, sore throat, body aches, and fatigue, though it's important to note that not all patients with the flu experience fevers. Most people who get the flu will recover in less than 2 weeks, but serious complications can arise as the result of the flu. Some of those complications include pneumonia, sinus and ear infections, or more serious complications such as inflammation of the heart, brain, muscle tissues, and multi-organ failure. People who are at high risk of getting the flu are people 65 and older, pregnant women, and children under the age of 5 years old, or anyone with certain chronic medical conditions such as diabetes and heart disease. The CDC claims that the single best way to protect against the flu is to get vaccinated each season. The vaccine builds up antibodies in the body about 2 weeks after being vaccinated. These antibodies are what help protect against the illness. There are multiple strands of the flu, so there are a couple different types of the influenza vaccination that can be given. The trivalent vaccine protects against 3 strands of the flu, and the quadrivalent protects against the same strands that the trivalent vaccine protects against, plus 1 additional B virus. So therefore, there are 4 types of protection in the 1 quadrivalent vaccine. There are also age-appropriate vaccines. Since children and elderly are at higher risk of developing the flu, they have vaccines that are tailored specifically to them. Vaccine effectiveness changes from year to year, because at the end of each flu season, data is collected and used to help improve or change the vaccine from the previous season. This means that if a new strand develops after the vaccine for that season is developed, then the vaccine will not protect against that particular strand. It is also possible to contract the flu even if you have been vaccinated against it. The main reason people choose to not get the flu shot is because there is still that chance that they can still contract the flu, and because patients believe that they will experience flu-like symptoms after being vaccinated. It's also important to note that the vaccine does not cause flu-like symptoms because it is not a live virus vaccine. Those who choose to vaccinate do so to help protect themselves, their animals, and those around them who are at high risk of getting the illness. So whether or not you've gotten the flu vaccine in the past, it is each of our duties to stay updated and informed in order to make decisions in the future. Thanks to the CDC, where all of my information was found, it is possible to make an informed decision for you and your family.